She says that her 14-year-old daughter, Jennifer, is so violent that last week she slammed Mom's hand in the bathroom door and she broke 2 of her fingers. In fact, Linda told us she's afraid that her own daughter might kill her. You really believe your own child could do that?
Yeah, you go to bed and you wonder. You see all this stuff on television anymore about, like, the Menendez brothers and things, and you hear more and more on television, on the news. I watch that. These kids that are doing things I would have never thought of doing when I was their age.
Is violence her only problem?
No, she's got a nasty mouth on her. I've never heard
oh,
things that
no,
come.
because am I going to have to sit here and tell her, don't say
I never
that, don't say that?
I have raised my children, my daughters, to be ladies. At least I've tried. I was raised that way. I set an example. I honestly do. And I get discouraged, and I will say a cuss word, but I ask for forgiveness. But Jennifer has come off with things I wouldn't want to hear come out of a sailor's mouth.
Right.
And they know that I don't like those words.
Funny, that's what my grandmother used to say, you swear like a sailor.
The
poor sailors have a bad name, right?
She does.
You say that things got so bad with Jennifer that you moved?
Yes, yes. I kept my property up, cut grass, cleaned. I mean, I did everything you were supposed to do. But when I would leave, it was just like somebody let out a tidal wave. She would cuss. They would get into arguments. I've got 3 daughters, and they all are about the same age, and they get into fights, and Jennifer has taken her fist and put it through the window in the back. And I've got holes in the walls. I had the police called, and my landlord lived right next door to me. And it got to the point, you know, I was afraid. They finally told us, you know, we'd have to move. And now I got a double wide house. We put it out on 6 acres of land, so I don't have any neighbors. And if they want to cuss and they want to fight,
they're
let
out
them
in the
go
middle of
at
nowhere.
it. The only thing they're going to hear them is the chipmunks and the deer. That's it.
I think one of the saddest things is that her second husband divorced her over Jennifer's behavior.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep. Yeah. She is so wild that she's tearing the family apart. And grandmother Valerie is watching this happen, and nothing is sadder. I'm a new grandmother for the first time. She is watching what's happening in the family, and it's destroying her.
Yes,
is that true?
Yes, it is, Sally. I have a 12-year-and-a-half-year-old granddaughter. I love her dearly, but I don't like her.
Yes.
And what she's doing to my daughter is tearing the family apart. My daughter calls me up crying that she wants to commit suicide. And I am out of my mind with this because she is my child. And if Jennifer wants respect, she has to give it. If she wants to kick my ass, if she thinks she's big, come on, baby, I'm ready for it.
Grandma! I had it. Now, Jennifer is 12.
Yes.
She drinks
She
almost to the point... She drinks almost to the point of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, she collapsed in my oldest son's arms a few weeks ago.
She smokes both cigarettes and marijuana. A lot. A lot of marijuana?
Well, she says she tried it. She told me she had sex with 3 different guys. Tuesday, the cops had to bring her home, a girl cop and a guy cop. They told me that they never seen, out of 8 years, they never seen a bitch like her in the whole time they've been a police officer.
The police said that?
Yes.
And then she kicked her mother, Tracy, in the chest.
breast. Yes. Yes.
You say that one of her biggest problems is violence.
Yes.
With everybody?
Yes.
She's been violent with her mother. Has she been violent with her grandmother?
She only came at me once, and I picked her up and flung her. Yeah, she came at me because she punched my daughter in the head, and I seen this. She kicked my ex-husband in the leg, and he's got a heart disease, and he's on a crutch.
She joyrides. She shoplifts.
Yes, she does.
She takes makeup and watches and jewelry. She skips school. They've had to nail her window shut to keep her from getting out, I guess, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because
you also say that Vicky is violent. Let me ask you something. I'm very concerned about she threatens to call the cops on you. We've heard the mothers
She actually called them.
She did call them.
Yeah,
what happened?
because she refused to go to school one morning, and so I got up and I whipped her.
Yeah.
All because...
So what did she do?
my belt wasn't handy, so I picked a flip-flop up off the floor like a little thong, and it wouldn't hurt it fly, you know. So I took and I whipped her with it. So she says, I'm going to go call the cops. I said, fine, go. Well, she actually did. And they wanted to arrest me for child abuse because I corrected her. After they talked to Vicki, they found out she was not abused. They told her she needed to go to school.
Right.
So
then they would probably have to apologize. She's currently suspended for a fist fight.
right, last week she got into a fight with a guy. This is a big, burly guy. I mean, he plays football.
What?
Yeah, in school, in their room, they got into a fight. They called me to come and get Vicki from school because she had gotten into a fight.
And she's fought with the neighbors, too?
Yeah, she's even got me arrested for fighting with our neighbors over her because when the grown-ups would jump on her, then I would go out and say something, and then I got arrested. So anymore, I told Vicki when she got herself in these fights, she was to take care of herself because I was through with picking up the pieces.
What about the stealing?
When she didn't actually get caught at Walmart. A friend of mine was a policeman, saw her coming out of the store with some stuff, and he come to the house and says, is that Vicky's? I says, no, sir, it is not. When she got home, I told her to let me have the stuff. I made her take it back to Walmart to tell the people she had stole it.
What'd
to
they
the
do?
manager. They told her she couldn't come in the store anymore with that.
Are you happy to be home? Oh, no, I want to shake you! I better hold on to you. I keep losing you. Are you done running away? Yes, you've been there, though. We've heard that before. I know. Oh, I can't believe, Sally, I have her back.
When did this happen?
Well, she's been home a week now.
A week now. We have
A week.
PJ herself here to tell us about it. Come on out, PJ.
You girls think you're so hard. You were calling these people names. How would you feel if someone called you a hoochie mama? Because you guys do. You look like hoochies. You do. You know what? You think you're big and bad. How are you going to feel when they're strip searching you? Turn around, cough. Or when your cellmate, you don't know what you're...
It got started because we had a rotten kid. We had a kid just like these kids. They took off. She did what she wanted to do. She held up a cocaine dealer. She finally, after many years...
Held up a cocaine dealer?
Yeah, with a gun.
A coke dealer?
The cocaine dealer was so stoned that he pressed charges. I said, no joke.
Listen to me. How many of us have had, at one time or another, a problem with a child? What is the percentage?
I would say 30% at least have this kind of problem.
At least 30%.
This kind of problem. Yeah.
Are these mothers candidates for a tough love program?
Yes.
Okay, let's get right to it. According to your program, the responsibility lies with the parent to change.
Yes, because they
not
have to
with
have
the child
power.
to change.
As you guys have heard, the kids aren't going to change. They think everything's cool and they're wonderful, and they don't have any problems.
Even if
I
they're
just
hurt.
want to live my life. Parents can't do it by themselves. We all need the help of everybody else in our community, and you need to do that.
And I want to tell you that tough love is there to help you learn how to use